I quit my job and went camping to connect with spirit. I think that we all need a vibe reset. Like, right? Like, is anyone else needing one? Okay, you guys. Hi. Welcome to Tea and Tarot with Luna. This is a new adventure I'm starting here, where we can talk and connect and just over some tea. If you guys want to get some tea, definitely do so. I am drinking this, I think it's called the Magick Hour. It's like the ritual tea. This certainly is a ritual. This is a connection ritual with you guys, okay? And we are going to drink tea and talk and connect and also pull some tarot cards just to see, you know, what interjections spirit has with our conversations, you know, and be able to kind of like mediumship with spirit for some divine insight. So, you know, I was thinking and I think so much of my videos I'm worried about, you know, this needs to be educational and this needs to serve you in this way and this way. And I think I often forget how much simply connection serves us. And like simply looking at my YouTube history, I can see the things that I really enjoy watching are things that, some things that teach me, but some things that are, you know, mukbangs or people just sitting and talking with you and vibing. I'm a very big fan of Heinz. If you guys don't know him, I really, really like him a lot. And I think that is something that I have been getting spirit messages to really hone in on, right? So I think that I'm just being called to do a lot of connection and connecting with you guys specifically. So please grab some tea or some water, lemonade, whatever you like to drink, maybe a snack, and let's just get into it. I'm so excited. So some of you guys may know this if you're on my Patreon or if you follow me on Instagram pretty closely, you probably know I was on a mental health break. You know, I had stuff pre-scheduled, so it might not have been super obvious, but I was on this little break. It's so tart. It's the Magick Hour Ruby. It's so tart. It's so good. Usually I put honey in my tea because I can't do bitter taste. This is so tart and beautiful. I don't need to add anything else to it. I love it. So I don't like to call it a mental health break because there's so much negative connotation behind the word break. You know, it's seen as like, you know, something you're given. It's like a privilege. It's like, you know, you do it when you're at your breaking point. And like, we're not gonna lie, I wasn't at a great point. But I really prefer to view that last week as like a spiritual refresher, a spiritual rejuvenation. Like it wasn't, I didn't end anything. I wasn't stepping away just to come back to, because when you're on a break at work, you're gone for 15 minutes, you come back to the same stuff. And that is not what my intentions were. Subconscious intentions. If you guys read my Instagram post beforehand, I was like, listen, I have no idea if I'm going to be active, how active on social media. Like, I don't know what this is going to be. Like, I had no schedule or plan going into it. But I truly came out of it realizing that that was, you know, the subconscious intention behind it. Like I said, it wasn't a break. I wasn't coming out of it just to come back. It was a mindset change. It was a time for me to be still. And I truly, I get lots of spirit messages that I need to meditate more, or I need to, you know, just be silent and still more often. And I think as a communicator, I've always, you know, I've been a performer, an entertainer, YouTuber, like all my things are expression, even in my art, like I'm expressing. And I was really just being told that I need to shut the fuck up, that I really needed to just stop and to just be and to see what, you know, what I kind of think of the Seven of Swords card, right? You have so many things going on and you got all these clouds and you just need to fuck off and like clear your sky, you know? I had all these clouds and all these things behind the clouds in my mind. I couldn't decipher what I wanted or what I was just doing out of habit. etc. So, you know, that was my spiritual refresher, and that's where I was. I wanted to update you guys on that. If you're a listener of my Good Witch, Bad Bitch podcast, my episode 19 is all about some of the meditations I came out of it with, I guess. Some new mindset changes. I won't go too in depth, but if you are interested, do listen to that after this video. It was crazy. It was a good time. And I'm gonna go into that a bit more in a second as we move on. But I have one more announcement thing. Let me know what tea you guys are drinking in the comments, or like what your favorite is, so that I can get some more, because I'm always looking for good like new teas. I'm generally like a honey, ginger, like lemon person. That's usually my go-to, but I'm always down for more, especially sweet ones. So I do want to tell you all, I did something a little fun. One of the projects I worked on for a while, finally it was live, and that was my merch. So if you guys are looking for some Good Witch, Bad Bitch merch, or you're wanting to rep, you know, being a witch, that will be linked below, and you can definitely check those out. I had so much fun creating it, and I'm just really excited to see you guys in your outfits with these, and it's just pretty surreal to me. And so thank you everyone for your support, like within that release. That was just awesome. Okay, so back to my like spiritual reset journey. I'm telling you guys this not to be like, oh, look what I did. Like this is what I did. Let me talk about myself. No, I think that we all go through, you know, different things obviously, but so many similar core experiences. And I know that it's something that many people are going to go through, like, you know, the need to run away from like the modern society and go live in the forest for a couple days. Like, it's normal. So the basics of what happened this past week was simply I quit my job and I went camping to connect with spirit because I felt so out of whack. So I, you know, put in my 2 weeks, obviously in advance, at my coffee shop job that was draining me and not where I wanted to be. And I was like, I'm gonna, you know, get another day job, but I'm gonna take a week between them and I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do nothing that I need to, if that makes sense. I wanted to create this time where I could simply do whatever I wanted to and not have any pressing matters whatsoever. Obviously, I'm in a privileged position to be able to do that. Like, you know, the fact that I have my husband who is like, yeah, you can, you know, go a week, no work, and we'll be okay. Like, the fact that I have that is really good, and I understand not everyone can do that. And I do think there are even ways to do something like this in a night. If you are a parent or you can't take off work, simply a night, or, you know, if you can do like 3 days. But I thought my week was very good. I could definitely see people wanting to do more, but a week was what I could do. And I thought it was, you know, great. Like, the time worked out really well. The first day I woke up and I was just like, what do I do? So obviously that to me was an issue. I realized, you know, I woke up and the first thing I thought about was career. You know, I couldn't even think about what would feed my soul. So like I said, my whole podcast is up. I kind of talk about that a bit more, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see what Spirit has to talk about today. What do we want to talk about? This is my sacred self-care oracle deck. Lucy really wanted to join. Look for fairies. I always love that card. I take it as a reminder to constantly be like have a childlike wonder. Hi Lou. And again, like, not fall into that, like, all I think about is work, you know, all I think about is the future. It's that mindfulness and the joys that come with it, because having a childlike wonder, like, first of all, it's really great for your creativity, but it keeps you open to energies and discovering the world, because you're, you know, aware that life is about more than just strict rules, and like, you know, you're open to roam through the forest for no reason, you know? We got 2 want to come out. Sound healing. So funny. This is really similar to my Patreon one I did. And watch a movie. Lots of that, lots of taking in energy, looking for fairies, listening to sound healing, watching a movie. Lots of receiving rather than giving. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was funny because when I started my break, I made a big intention that I was open to receiving, because I had felt like I had been giving and giving and doing, and I had maybe blocked my receiving. And so I said that, and the amount of things that came in, my favorite brand literally reached out to me to collaborate, which was ridiculous because I really didn't think that would ever happen. And so you guys will see that soon. I'm very excited about it. And then I won a giveaway, and then I won another giveaway, and I was just like receiving so much simply because I had opened myself up to it. And you know, those senses that it gave us with the watch and look and listen, like that's all about receiving and allowing healing and prosperity to enter your own body as well as others when you're giving so much. One thing that I think was really great about my little adventure was that you know, when you make so much time that is basically simply like meditation time, and you're not giving yourself things you have to do and you have to do this, it allows your brain to really, really be, and so many ideas and thoughts and new perceptions will come out with it. And also you eliminate the, at least for me, I guess, working is a big one of my like avoidant hobbies. Like when I'm upset or I'm trying to avoid something, I'll work. And so for me, it eliminated that completely. I was not able to avoid my feelings or my thoughts by working. And so shadow work wise, I thought that was amazing. Like, you know, if I had these issues come up, like I really had to face them. If I had any, you know, any of my like shadow stuff come up, like I, you know, had all this time, I couldn't be like, well, I can't get sad now, I have to work. It's like, you have all day to get sad. Like go in. We've got fire, transformation, rebirth, renewal from our cosmic guidance oracle. That's hilarious. Literally, transformation, rebirth, renewal. I love that Spirit's like kind of agreeing with me. It's fun because Lunasa was this past Sunday. It's also my husband's birthday. So we were camping during Lunasa, which big summer masculine energy, similar to fire. And it was just such a treat to like, to be in nature. I understand that like Lunasa is not the fire, you know, Sabbath, but it just reminded me of it. Like, I don't know, fire's fun, and like being in a fire season. I don't think I usually view fire as like fire signs at least as like transformative, but when you really think about it, like it's real transformative. We've got flow, see where it takes you. I love it. I was reading a book. I'm kind of just taking Tara's like interjections as like guiding points for my thoughts and my topics. I have been reading a book, and it talks about lots of like career and like leadership and self, you know, I guess, leading stuff. And it was talking about how, like, one of the biggest setbacks we face is we get so attached to an idea or how something's going to turn out. And this absolutely works for manifestations as well. We get so attached to a specific scenario or outcome, like down to the details, that we block real blessings, because sometimes that specific exact thing that you're working so hard for is not it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not what spirit wants you to go for. That's not what your higher self wants you to go for. What you do want is bigger and better. And so when you fixate on this thing that you think is so good for you in the moment, you may outgrow it and not even realize. You may, unalign yourself with that, and you may not realize because you're so like tunnel focused on achieving that specific thing. So flow, seeing where it takes you, that is so important. It's so important. So again, like, if you can take some sort of break or do even like a refresh bath, like, see what comes up and really analyze your life and how you're living and what you're doing and, your manifestations. And can you wish bigger? Like, can you, maybe let go of the reins a bit, let go of this, specific idea. And, for one manifestation, just ask the universe to bring you like the best thing for you, like the greatest thing for you. And like, you don't have to be specific, because like spirit freaking knows, in my opinion. Freedom, spread your wings. I love that. I love that so much, because we don't really allow ourselves lots of freedom anymore in life. I mean, I think it's hard to get freedom, especially from yourself, because we are so hard on ourselves, and like we're so, we put ourselves in these boxes and we label ourselves and we figure out at an early age like what we're supposed to do and what we believe, and it's hard for us to let go of that. And that's when you let go, when you allow yourself the freedom and you allow yourself the flow. That is when the transformation happens. That's when the rebirth sets in, because so many of us, spiritual witchy people, for example, we were not raised in new age households. We were not raised in occult backgrounds. So we had to, at some point, let go of the strict reins we were, so clinched onto, and that can be scary. For example, I was raised Catholic, and then when I, decided to start thinking about things for myself and looking at things, I realized that didn't align with me, and this did. And that was scary and took time. And that freedom is one of the scariest things, I think, as humans, especially in modern day society, especially over here in America, where from the moment we can think for ourselves, put in school and told, when to do this and when to do that. And then, for example, like me, once you graduate college, I've had a couple thoughts where I was like, oh, I could just go to master's school, and then I realized, oh, you don't want to go to school for masters. Like, you don't want to get your master's degree. You just are nervous about this freedom because no one's telling you what to do anymore. You don't have an advisor to go to tell you, go to this place next, or this is the best option for you, or, it's not as easy. So it's hard, but it's rewarding. And I had a lot of those really interesting meditations and thoughts come into my head during this time. Lots of I think invitations from spirit to think differently. And I'm all about, thinking on a different side of the brain, or thinking away from, the crowd, or, and that's a lot of my Aquarius energy. Even when you're a free thinker naturally and you've broken away from those things, it's still really easy to fall back into that system, because that's how we've been raised. That's how everything is in our society. It's very much think this way here, and this is what we've always thought. So if you're ever feeling stagnant with life, or feeling, like you're just running in circles and you're losing it, and you're, for me, I felt very disconnected and confused and unsure of what I wanted, which was very strange because I'm very in tune with my emotions. I'm very self-aware. That was my like startling moment where I was like, oh God, we need to separate ourselves from social media, from the world. And if you're finding yourself out of touch with your spirit, yeah, do this. Quit your job, find something better, go be in nature for days. I camped, it was amazing. It was amazing. Every morning I went to the beach and I played with my crystals, did tarot, and swam, and I met fish, and it was beautiful. I watched the sunrise, I woke up with the birds. Like, having that moment of connection with nature is so important to our souls, and then you can realign yourself. And in that time, getting out of your mind can put you back in the seat of your mind. Oh, that was so hippie, you guys. I was able to step out of my constant thinking and worrying, and then randomly, as I was walking or I was hiking or doing something, I would just realize the solution or understand my true feelings. It helped me separate my limiting beliefs / what I thought I should think versus what I genuinely felt and thought. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Let's do a tarot card. We did so much oracle and no tarot, and this is tea and tarot. Just one last tarot card for us. One last thing to mention too, this new mindset, this new worldview, this new like way of thinking. I think that new mindset equals new opportunities, because it's a new start. It's opening yourself up to things that you wouldn't have looked twice at before. And that's in big things and in small things. So I think when you allow yourself, oh gosh, I said one card. When you allow yourself time to reset, you're creating so many more opportunities for yourself. Guys, the card, you guys want to know what it was? 6 of Cups. Nostalgia. Happy home, happy memories, all the fun parts of your childhood. Getting back in, I feel like that was kind of a call on the like childhood wonder, childhood spirit. It's so fun. It's so fun because I think for many years we can attach ourselves to certain labels and certain ideas we have about ourselves, and that's limiting. That's very limiting. So I guess that's my that's my preach for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of tea. If not, we can do lemonade, we could do smoothies, we could do alcoholic beverages. I don't know. I think the mean age range is above 21 for my viewers, so you let me know, you guys. I want you to go out and find your soul if you feel like you've lost part of it, I want this to inspire you to, even as simple as think differently and allow yourself more space to, evolve, because we can't, we had the fire card, the transformation. You can't have a good fire and like a very, I don't know if that's a good metaphor. Trying to get metaphoric, but I realize I don't know what I'm talking about. But do you know what I mean? It takes a lot of space and energy for fire to transform something to something else. I think that was a better metaphor. So I hope you guys take what resonates, and I hope this sends you on a very beautiful and wonderful and positive day that fills you with happiness. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys on the other side.